Let's get to some breaking news. We're getting word of a joint operation between LAPD, the DEA, and the DA involving a drug raid in MacArthur Park. I feel like we've just done this story, and apparently we're doing it again. Let's go to Fox Local's Matthew Seedorf. He is there. You covered the drug raid not long ago. Is this very similar to that? Is just a promise that we will be back? Is that what we're seeing unfold there?
Yeah, law enforcement is back. So they've had three phases. So number one, they went after gang leadership at MacArthur Park. Gang two, they went after the dealers and the sellers. And today they're going after users. And it being MacArthur Park, they're already making arrests. So we saw LAPD show up here about 5 minutes ago. We see these two people here in handcuffs. And then Olin, if you want to follow me this direction, we've got two more people in handcuffs over here. And then a whole lot more of police showing up. So you can just imagine, according to sources, we're expecting more than 100 police here any minute. But again, this is in the middle of MacArthur Park. We've got a lot of people out here kind of wondering what's going on. Did you see anything?
I saw them when they came in.
What'd you see?
A lot of cop cars.
A lot of cop cars.
Yes. They just swooped in here.
Who'd they go after?
Nobody. They don't do shit here. They don't do shit here.
They were searching for drugs, I guess.
Searching for drugs?
Yeah, and I guess they have drugs on them.
What do you think about this?
You got to keep this place safe.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Because you don't know who's in the park. Yeah. There's a lot of fentanyl going on in here, too.
Yeah. Do you feel safe while you're out here?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to watch your surroundings.
Well, thank you. Owen, if you want to follow me this direction, I'm just looking around over here. You can see what looks like the tops, those orange tops for needles. There's one right there. There's more over here. There's another one right here. So you can kind of get a sense of what law enforcement is going after out here this afternoon. On the other side, we're at Alvarado, and you can see police are blocking off the street. So we're expecting that's right outside of Langer's. So we could be seeing even more police moving in here any minute now.
The torch in her hand.
Sorry?
The torch in her hand.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, so she's got what looks like a torch in her hand that she's holding. So we're stepping away from her. But again, we've got two people in handcuffs over here. We've got two more over here, and more law enforcement moving in as we speak right now. Marwa, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, Matthew, many follow-ups coming your way, so bear with us here. This is all live at MacArthur Park. LAPD's there. Are the federal agents there yet? Are they expected to come? And I've seen, you're not the only media there. I see other media there. Did you get a tip from this?
Yeah, so we're going to go out. Yeah, we did. Our sources gave us a little bit of a heads up that this was going to happen.
Okay.
Looks like we've got the armored vehicle moving in right now. You can hear that this person over here is not very happy that this is happening. But we all know MacArthur Park has a little bit of a reputation. It can be a dangerous place to be. And our federal sources are telling us that they want to clean up MacArthur Park the best they can. And they're going to be doing these random sweeps, as they say, to try and go after people using drugs now. So they said that they've gone after the leadership, they've gone after the dealers. So today they're going after the users. We've got the feds moving in. We've got more police cars. Wow. I mean, there's more than a dozen LAPD cruisers pulling in here, lights and sirens on. And then we've got this SWAT vehicle as well.
Yeah, obviously we're going to stick with this live picture. This is compelling and quite dramatic. Olin Martinez behind the camera there. Thank you, Olin.
All right, let's listen to this right now.
Okay.
Let's listen to this.
Police Department. We are conducting a joint narcotics investigation in the area of MacArthur Park. Officers and agents will be patrolling the area for illegal narcotics activities. If you remain in the area, you may be subject to detention, search, and hospital arrest.
So they're just saying right now that we're doing a law enforcement operation across MacArthur Park. Here we've got U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley and the DEA coming in right now. And members of the DEA, the agents coming out of this van right now as they are surrounding MacArthur Park. Tons and tons of members of law enforcement out here. Law enforcement is telling us to back up. But again, yeah, we saw a similar a similar raid about a month ago, but that one was a targeted operation. They were going after the dealers and the sellers. Today, it sounds like they're just doing a sweep across MacArthur Park, looking for people even using drugs.
In the Los Angeles Police Department.
Owen, if you want to flip this direction.
Joint narcotics investigation in the area of MacArthur Park.
Owen, if you want to flip
Officers and
this
agents will be
direction.
patrolling the area for illegal narcotics activities.
Trying to see
if you remain in
how
the
people
area,
are reacting
you
to
may be
this
subject
in
to
MacArthur
detention,
Park, right?
search,
So
and possible
we've got
arrest.
some people on the
This is
corner
an
here at
active law
Alvarado and
enforcement
7th,
operation.
kind of standing here looking a little bit confused. And then over here on this intersection, some people have their phones out. Guy's got a suitcase, doesn't look very happy with the police. We're going to go this direction now. Massive police presence out here, though.
All right, now they're doing their announcement in Spanish as well, right in front of Langer's here, and there's Norm, the owner of Langer's.
Norm.
Let's go ahead and listen
We're live
in.
right now on Fox 11. What do you think about this?
I think it's fantastic. I think this is something long overdue. I think we're playing catch up, but we're going to get there. And today and what's going on the last 3-4 weeks has been very, very beneficial.
So they went after the dealers and the sellers. They went after gang leadership before that. This is phase 3. Today they're going after people using drugs.
We're going after all of it. We're also going after the people that are giving away needles that are not supposed to be given away, illegally on the street, throwing needles in the grass. And we've got to clean it up so the kids can come back, the families come back and use the park. That's what it's for.
So during that mayoral debate about a month ago, Mayor Karen Bass said that she was going to end the needle distribution in MacArthur Park. Have you heard or seen any difference?
Did you hear what my question was? This week or next week?
Have you noticed a difference?
She didn't answer. No, there is no difference.
Still happening?
That's part of the reason DEA and LAPD is here today.
Are you feeling a little optimistic now, seeing this?
Not a little bit. I'm very optimistic. Okay? People are finally getting their act together. They're doing what needs to be done. It's long overdue.
Thank you, Norm. We appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
All right, so you can tell that he's excited and optimistic that this is happening. Over here, we've got U.S. Attorney Bill Saley.
Oh, Langer, the owner.
And members of the DEA. You can tell, Marla, that this is we've got a LAPD cruiser whipping through the MacArthur Park right now. So we'll see if we can
Estamos llevando
cross the
a cabo
street.
una investigación conjunta sobre narcóticos en el área de MacArthur Park. Agentes y oficiales patrullarán la zona en busca de actividades ilícitas relacionadas con drogas. Si permanecen en el
So
área,
once this light turns red here, we're going to cross the street and see what's happening back in the park. We can see that members of the DEA are moving in, though.
Yeah, my question before you walk across the street is the Saley not going to answer your questions right now?
We're expecting there to be a press conference at some point, and I will ask him some questions. But I want to make sure that we don't miss any of the action that takes place, too.
Okay, yeah.
It looks like he's actually coming over here at the same time.
We need 2 Matthew Seedorfs on scene right now.
Hey, look, this person's not very happy.
officers and agents.
Yeah, some people here are yelling at the police as they're moving in.
If you remain in the area, you may be subject to detention, search.
So here we've got
there we go.
U.S. Attorney Bill Saley walking in. Go ahead, Marla.
No, I'm just, obviously for context, you were out there at the raid in May. That was May 6th. So today's the 4th of June, so just under a month ago. Bill Saley was very direct in his remarks.
And we've got another arrest over here. Hey, Olin, if you can see me to your right, we have another arrest taking place over here right now.
Saley made it very clear that it wasn't a one and done thing, and he's making true to his promise. He's keeping his promise, Matthew.
Yeah, and if you remember, there was some people that were voicing their concern when they had that raid about a month ago that, it's not going to do anything, that, it's MacArthur Park, it's been a problem for so long that just one raid won't really make a difference. So the federal government and LAPD are basically saying that, they're going to be back and they're going to keep doing these random sweeps. And it's going to be on a random basis so that they want to get the drugs out of MacArthur Park and they want to make MacArthur Park safe.
Let's go.
So we just watched one man be taken away in handcuffs. I know when we first jumped on with you, there were 2 other men in handcuffs being arrested live on the Fox local stream with us here in Los Angeles. This is MacArthur Park. For people who are streaming us from far and wide, this is a beautiful part of Los Angeles that has just become overrun by drug use and cartels and sellers and users, and the feds and LAPD, they've gotten together and they have started these raids. The first one, real big one, happened May 6th, so just last month, and here we are now again with this one here. And Matthew, you are spot on when you say that they're going after just basically sweeping the park randomly, and if you're a user, a drug user, they are going to arrest you.
I mean, this is unfortunately so sad to see, but this is unfortunately also a common sight.
So sad to see.
This is exactly why we're here.
This is exactly. Go ahead.
No, this is exactly why we're here. We have human beings in this condition that we should not have. This is something that we need to change. Something that we're going to change. And we're really happy to have the DEA here as a partnership to help us make this change.
This is not okay. This is so sad. Okay. I feel for him and everything that he's experiencing. I mean, how do we get this to? This isn't just a MacArthur Park issue. This is across the city.
This is across the nation too. Let's call it what it is, right? This is a drug epidemic. This is a drug problem, and we do need to get a hold of it. We do need to get a hold of it. Thank God right now that we have the DEA that believes in the same things we believe, because when we have this type of damage to the communities, the whole city is going to suffer. The entire city is going to suffer. It's an unsafe city. It's not going to develop it the way it should, and the city has a tremendous potential, and we're going to get back to that.
And these random sweeps are going to keep happening.
They're going to happen all over. Yes, absolutely, and not only here, but in different parts of the city where it's much needed. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Jump in on this, man.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get in here with U.S. Attorney Bill Saley.
Our brothers and sisters in law enforcement to get the job done that needs to happen here. Far too long, this place has stood idle and problems and is grown and grown, and it ends. And we've been here before. We're here again. I told everybody. Keep doing this till we get it right. It's not a one-day project. It's something that's going to take time. The DEA, LAPD, U.S. Attorney's Office, all our state and local federal partners, we're all combining together to get this done.
But the World Cup is just days away. Can you imagine this getting cleaned up in time for hundreds of people to be here?
Days away? I can't answer that question. All I know is we can make a change today, and we can make a little bit of a change tomorrow, and we have to keep working. What we can't do is go backwards. We have to go forward.
And you're looking at the idea of what is being done here today. You also have intel from LAPD, and not just MacArthur Park, 2 or 3 dozen hotspots in areas similar. Are we going to see similar types of actions with DEA, LAPD sweeps through looking for people, not just users, but people who are distributing? Somebody with 3 pounds of meth in a backpack. That's a bonus as far as you're concerned.
I will 100% say this is not the only area we're operating in. We are actively in other areas around Los Angeles. We will be paying other places visit. We are coming. Now's your chance. Clean.
All right, I'm gonna jump. Okay, here we go.
Together to get this job done.
Yeah, we're gonna operation compared to Free MacArthur Park that happened last month.
This is a continuation of Free MacArthur Park. That I told everybody when I was here that day. It's not a one-day operation. Right. We will be back. It will be going on, and there's been many other days where we've been here in this park and around this area conducting law enforcement operations. We just don't advertise it to everybody. Today, we felt like coming in and telling everyone, you know what? We want MacArthur Park to take this place back for the community. It will eventually become permanent, but it's going to take time.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna have a press conference. We're gonna have a press conference.
All right, so you're hearing there that they're gonna have a press conference here in a little bit. So they want to see what's actually taking place here in MacArthur Park, and we understand that because we want to see it as well. So trying to locate Owen. There he is. Pretty chaotic situation here, though. You can understand as we're walking through here. So, following members of law enforcement. I mean, that was what we saw there. That man on the ground. That unfortunately is a pretty pretty common thing to see here at MacArthur Park.
Yeah, and you pointed it out, it's not just here at MacArthur Park, it's widespread across the greater part of Los Angeles. The officer said it's a drug epidemic sweeping the nation. Obviously, this is just a ton of media has descended upon MacArthur Park. Is this similar to what you experienced in the raid in May in terms of the attention that it's given and how they're just going about their business?
So the raid that we were at about a month ago was really focused on the businesses where the selling was taking place. So they believed they had dealers and sellers. So they were just focused on those businesses and getting those arrested. It was very targeted. This one is more going after people that are using the drugs. Here we got another arrest taking place. Mm-hmm. These are going after people actually using drugs or possibly have drugs on them here in MacArthur Park.
All right, so this is a look at another arrest live on the Fox Local stream. Matthew, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then we're going to come back with you live. So for those watching on the streams, do not go anywhere. Our live coverage of this raid at MacArthur Park in Los Angeles will continue right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the Fox Local stream. I'm Marla Tejas at Fox 11 in Los Angeles. We want to get you back to the breaking news that we're following. This is a raid that is underway in MacArthur Park. This is in Los Angeles. The feds, LAPD involved in this raid. This follows last month's raid that targeted the sellers, the dealers there, including members of the cartel. That was called Operation Free MacArthur Park. This is a live picture. This is Bill Asaley talking right now with Matt Finn from Fox News. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Well, we're hopefully going to get them some help. I mean, we want them to get into rehab. If they're not willing to go voluntarily, we're going to enforce the law. And the law, if they need to be arrested to get them into rehab, so be it. But we just cannot allow people to be sitting at the park folded over on fentanyl. So that's the point here today. This has not been done in a long time. LA, California has not really enforced drug possession or being under the influence of drugs. This is allowed now because of Prop 36. Prop 36 now gives LAPD the tools they need in order to actually arrest people and get them into rehab. And those tools were taken away when Prop 47 passed, and the voters said, no more, enough. So now under Prop 36, we can do what we're seeing here today.
We've heard that there's going to be World Cup watch parties here starting this month. Do you feel like we're ready?
Well, what I'm hoping is as we get the criminal elements out of the park, the city can come in and rehabilitate it.
All right, Mike is back up. Our picture with Matthew Seedorf just froze, but we have live pictures from Skyfox right now. So we have that aerial shot. Seems to has a much calmer presence from above. Let's go back down live to our ground camera behind. Camera is Owen Martin.
Draws the dealers, draws the influence. So that's what we're dealing with here today.
Have you heard from Mayor Bass, from the local council member?
I've personally spoken with Mayor Bass. She supports this operation, and LAPD would not be here without her support.
Well, I drive by here all the time, and I see people using drugs. Why is that allowed here in Los Angeles? I mean, police drive by too.
Yeah, it's not allowed. And so what we're trying to do is we're working with LAPD to give them the support and the tools. And frankly, it's a bit of a culture change. They haven't done it in a long time. So we want to work with them. We have all the LAPD officers teamed up with DEA agents, and we're working with a district attorney. He should be here soon, and he'll talk more about what's going to be done. But it's a new day in LA. You've got a new district attorney, you got a new U.S. attorney, and new laws on the books.
You said before about the Mexican cartels. How I
Well, there's a lot. Okay, a lot of the drugs come from Mexico. Okay, so when we arrest suppliers, they often have ties to the cartel. We've arrested a lot of suppliers. We did 25 last month, and we've arrested people since, including a peace ambassador who was here and someone that was with the PATH group who was dealing drugs. So we're going after dealers. And be on notice, we're not the state. When we arrest you, you're going to go to prison for 10 years, not 10 minutes.
Like he was saying, if you drive by MacArthur Park, you open your eyes for 60 seconds, you'll see people doing open drugs.
Yeah.
Why does it take a raid to make these arrests? Why don't we see law enforcement making these arrests every day?
Well, I think what part of it is we're going to support, the police haven't had the support. LAPD has not had the support from the DA's office until they have a new DA now, but the last DA, prior city attorneys have all refused to enforce these laws. So what's changed now is they have a federal partner that has their back. They have a city attorney who's going to enforce the law and a district attorney who's going to enforce the law. That's what's different.
The city's clean needle program.
Yeah.
Hands out syringes to users probably in this area. What are your thoughts there on those?
I agree with her. I agree with everyone who wants to end those programs. It does not make any sense to me to hand out drug paraphernalia to drug addicts. All you're going to get is more drug addiction. So harm enabling is what I call it. All right, let's keep walking. We want to see what.
Our ground camera just froze there again. Olin Martinez, Matthew Seedorf is our crew there. Okay, we're back. We also, the smaller picture, by the way, is the that chopper view from Skyfox overhead MacArthur Park. Matthew, are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So if you look at this,
yeah.
It looks like, I don't even know what this is, but it looks like some sort of possible needle? It's hard to say. I don't know.
It's just a shank.
A shank? But
just a shank?
we're just kind of looking around because, exactly. And that speaks a lot to kind of what you see and experience. Olin, I don't know if you can see this or if we can show this, but just in this one spot, it looks like there's been a fire of some sort, and then you can see the orange tops to needles. I count at least 3 right here. And obviously, this is a place and a park that some people don't feel safe going to at any point of the day, especially at night, by themselves. And that's kind of what you heard from U.S. Attorney Bill Saley. They're trying to put an end to that and the drug use that people so often see out here.
He brought up a fact that I wanted to talk to you more
here we
about.
Go.
What do we have there?
This looks like
one of the kits.
Yeah, this looks like one of the kits that they hand out. So this has Narcan in it.
Narcan.
Yeah, Narcan nasal spray. Right here. Yeah.
The drug overdosing, reversing drug. No, it's not a drug. You know what I mean.
Right here.
Yes.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Here we have yes.
Fentanyl.
So, yeah, I mean, you can just tell how widespread that drug use is here at MacArthur Park, and why law enforcement wants to try and improve the situation out here.
Saley made the point that this isn't the state. We are the feds. So if we put you in handcuffs, this isn't a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, so essentially they'll be facing, it sounds like he was saying, up to 10 years in prison. So, a federal arrest is different than a local arrest. And we are going to have a press conference here coming up when this wraps up, so we can kind of learn more details about what sort of charges these people are going to be facing. But just estimation, probably seen about 10 arrests just with our own eyes today.
Yep.
But I'm sure, there's more law enforcement out here, so there's probably some that we've missed.
Right. So, by the way, you're in a smaller box right now.
Here comes Nathan Hochman right now.
Okay, the LA County DA.
Here comes DA, District Attorney Nathan. Yep, Nathan Hochman's walking up.
Okay. Do we know what time that press conference is scheduled for?
I believe it's supposed to be around 4 o'clock. Obviously, this is a developing situation here,
Sure.
so let's see if I can squeeze in here.
We're just doing a walk. We have 25 teams of LAPD DEA agents that are out doing individual investigations, and we've already seen a bunch of arrests. So, if you want to walk, we can walk, and then we're going to do our press thing there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why was it important to be out here today?
It's very important to be seen. and make sure that people know that the DA's office, along with the U.S. Attorney's Office, federal law enforcement and local law enforcement are here to stay. This is not going to be a one-day operation. It's not going to be a one-week operation. It's going to continue over and over and over again. But it's not just a law enforcement operation. The idea is that law enforcement will be working with community groups. So we'll deal with the criminal aspect of this, people who are committing a variety of crimes, whether it's drug dealers and narcotics traffickers, gangs and whatnot. But ultimately, the people who need assistance will also make sure they get that assistance. So it's a combination. Sort of, they call it in some ways a velvet glove. That we come out here and make sure people understand that the park is meant for the public. But for the people who need assistance, we'll make sure they get that assistance.
On any given day, you'll be out here and you'll look in a specific direction. You'll see the open drug use. Why do we need these raids to take place? Why can't these arrests happen on a daily basis?
Well, that's the whole point. The whole point is that today is the start of that operation. And by that I mean, again, part of making sure that drug dealers and people using drugs don't come back to the park is they know that this becomes a safe space for families to come here and enjoy this park. By the way, during the day and the night, this park is for the public. So if you come back one day, they're going to think you're bluffing. You come back 2 days, they start to take you a little bit more seriously. If you're here the next 2 weeks, the next 2 months, and again, going forward in the future, it's not a bluff anymore. It's the fact that they will come to believe, and they should believe, that law enforcement is going to keep this park safe. Then we'll also bring in the community groups to the extent anyone needs assistance. We'll make sure they get that assistance, whether it's assistance for any drug addictions they're suffering, assistance if they need homes and residential support, assistance if they have any mental illness. So again, we're going to approach this entire problem holistically, but law enforcement will certainly be part of that approach.
What would you tell families who feel hopeless, who think this is just, yes, it's a day operation, but come tomorrow, it's just going to be a continuation of drug use, of open-air drug marketing?
Come tomorrow. Come next week. Come 2 weeks from now. Here's a pledge I make. Labor Day of 2026, I'm going to be here with my family. Middle of the day. We're going to have a lovely picnic lunch. I invite all of you to join us here in MacArthur Park to have a picnic lunch because this park will be safe enough for you to bring your families. I'm going to bring my family. I'm going to bring my grandson. He's a year and a half old. He's going to enjoy this park as well he should. This park, I grew up with this park. I'm a lifelong Angelino. I remember when this park was one of the iconic parks of Los Angeles, effectively our Central Park. And just like New York would not allow its Central Park to run into despair as we have watched this park grow into, so too will we actually rise up as Los Angelinos and make sure this park is safe and this park is meant and it will be enjoyed by the public.
You think it's ready for World Cup watch parties this month?
As far as World Cup watch parties, again, I'm sure that the combination of both the LAPD and Parks and Recreation will make sure that is done in a fair and hopefully safe method.
We've heard a lot about going to be more operations. This is not just a one-time thing. How many more do you anticipate to happen until it is ready for World Cup watch parties?
What I would anticipate is that this will be a consistent operation. Law enforcement will be monitoring this park consistently. They will determine what level of resources need to be applied to deal with whatever threat is here. And as I'm emphasizing, this is not a one-day operation. So come back 2 days from now. Come back next week. You will see law enforcement's presence. Maybe it won't look exactly like this with whole scores of officers going through the park, but law enforcement will strategically be keeping this park safe and then do it in a very consistent way.
All right, thank you. That was District Attorney Nathan Hochman. Marla, I think you could hear most of that conversation basically saying that this is not a one-time thing. They're going to keep on coming back, and he even said that he would feel comfortable bringing his family here with his 1-year-old. I think he said it was a nephew or grandchild, but 1.5-year-old baby, his family grandson here for Labor Day, which is just a couple months away. So they have high expectations of hopefully changing this, and it looks like right now they're looking at that bag that we were looking at earlier with the Narcan inside of it.
Interesting. Okay.
And he just pointed out, oh, look, he's pointing out this person right here. He said fentanyl fold, but you can see this person walking, and it looks like the DEA is following him. He's picking up some belongings. But again, this is just, unfortunately, so sad to see this, and this is, you know, what you see at MacArthur Park.
Back up.
We're gonna back up here a little bit.
What the fuck are you doing?
And you can tell that she's not very happy with what's happening. Hopefully she's safe here. But so it looks like law enforcement is...
this is a female that we're watching?
Kind of watching. Yes. Yeah. This is live right now.
Okay.
It looks like members of law enforcement are about to make contact with her. And they might be about to make another arrest here. Let's follow and just see what happens.
Move a little slower, we'll lose the signal.
Looks like she's moving a little faster.
All right, she's out.
And you can see some people on the bench over there pointing at her like, why is that person not getting arrested?
Well, I was going to ask the same thing. I mean, given that they were following her and given their operation.
Yeah, that's a great question.
And was the guy who we've seen a couple of times, the guy with the blue beard, was he in cuffs earlier and now he's not?
He was in cuffs and he was not happy about it. We heard a lot of obscenities from him about that, but he looks like he's right now on the bench over there. So.
And we don't know why he was let go.
But yeah, he wasn't happy. Yeah, we do not. But he wasn't happy that that woman just got away.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick 2-minute break here on the Fox Local Stream. Olin and Matthew will be back in 2 minutes. We'll pick up our live coverage of this live breaking story right now in MacArthur Park in Los Angeles. A drug raid underway by the feds and LAPD. More to come. Stay with us. It is 3:42 in Los Angeles. I'm Marla Tejas coming to you from Fox 11. You're live on the Fox Local Stream. Let's get you back to the breaking news that we've been following for almost an hour now. This is a live drug raid by the feds and LAPD underway at MacArthur Park in Los Angeles. Behind the camera here on the ground, we have Olin Martinez, Matthew Seedorf, our reporter there, and it looks like this person was maybe in custody for a moment, but let loose. Matthew, Olin, what do we know?
Yeah, it looks like we had one person in custody that is being let go right now, and then we have another person in handcuffs right now. We just walked up on this, so it's clear, though, that law enforcement are still out here and kind of roaming around looking for illegal activity. It looks like he's being released right now.
It's interesting to see. We've seen that a few times now. The in cuffs and then released. Are they? I heard Olin say they're testing them. Do we know anything of sort of the protocol that's underway?
Are you able to say kind of what happened?
They were fighting.
They were fighting.
It was mutual combat, so we detained for that. There's no evidence of either one hitting each other. It was just confrontational, and that's it. They were released after both didn't want to risk each other.
You know if our little orange machines are testers to test for fentanyl?
The machines that we're using just identify the person. If they don't have any identification with fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
yeah, so they're using those machines that we're seeing out here to, I guess, identify people, which is interesting. But I want to show you this because this is a very unique perspective right now. We're just standing, I believe we're on Alvarado, and you can tell it's very closed off right now. We've got the armored vehicle, LAPD out here, and then people also walking off of this metro stop, kind of wondering what's going on when they pop up. And then right behind Olin is dozens and dozens of members of law enforcement as they continue to make their sweep across MacArthur Park.
A whole lot of officials, LAPD, federal agents there have descended on MacArthur Park on this Thursday afternoon. You're hearing sort of you are hearing the loudspeaker, the announcement of what everyone is out there to do, and that is to basically, if you're involved in illegal drug activity, they're going to put you in handcuffs. This is a federal and local joint operation. Also, LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman, he's been out there, he is out there, and they are expected to give a joint press conference. We estimate around 4 o'clock. It's currently 3:45. Once that happens, of course, we're going to bring that to you live. We're going to stick with this live picture. Matthew, I know it's hard to count, but certainly we've seen dozens is strong. We've seen a lot of people taken into custody. Last time they were there, that operation, it was called Operation Free MacArthur Park. That was in May. They arrested 18 people, and 40 pounds of fentanyl was seized, and that's an amount capable of 190,000 lethal doses. So they said that they were going to be back. They are back. This time the operation is a little bit different, but nonetheless, from Hochman, from our DA, he says that this is going to become more and more frequent.
Yeah, they're going to keep doing these, I guess what you could call random sweeps out here, and looking for illegal activity, open drug use, and they're saying that if you do drugs here at MacArthur Park, you're susceptible of arrest like we're seeing here today.
We'll be patrolling the area for illegal narcotics activities. If you remain in the area,
and that loudspeaker is still saying that they're on the lookout for illegal drug activities, and that's kind of the whole operation taking place here today.
Yeah, so, and then also for context, the businesses that were raided in MacArthur Park, and we see Norm Langer's Deli right there.
Oh, here we go. We've got people across the street cheering on the street corner over here. They're applauding as the law enforcement is walking by. Let's see if we can try speaking with some of these people. We heard from, as you were saying, the owner of Langer's, Norm, and he was saying that this is a long time coming and that they've had some safety issues. We're live on Fox 11 right now. Can we speak with anyone? There you go.
We can't speak.
So, what do you think about what you saw here today?
I'm glad they're trying to clean things up.
Are you? Do you live in the area, or?
I live in LA, but not down here. We're doing a job down here. So
you were clapping for those members of law enforcement.
We're happy to see them doing stuff. Yeah.
Do you think it's going to make a difference?
I certainly hope so. Yeah. I mean, if they push out the bad guys, then there will be better shape.
For sure.
Yeah.
Marwa, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, I'm noting his shirt. I just profiled him to be in the film industry. Is he there when he said we're doing a job? What's that job for?
Are you in the film industry? Were you here working a job, or
maybe?
Okay. I think we might have an answer there, but
yeah,
we can't talk about it. But
yeah, there's a film truck that's apparently here as well, so you can kind of see what's going on.
Then Matthew, the follow-up is then this would make it more accessible
would this make
for
it safer for more sort of shoots taking place?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, no, let's clean it up.
And this would help Hollywood. This
without a doubt
across the city.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Certainly.
I appreciate it.
Good luck with everything. Thanks.
Wow. I mean, just Hollywood.
Matthew, can we ask him one more question?
Seems like
the film truck that was there, did that come post-raid? How'd they get in? Is this all part of sort of a reality
I can actually
show?
tell you, we did. Is there anything you can tell us about what is being shot, or no? Okay, sorry. No worries. But we did see that truck here when we arrived before the raid, sometime before the raid. So they were here nearby, about a block from here. But several people on the street corner were cheering, and it sounds like he was one of them.
Yeah, well, it would make it safer.
Set up for the presser.
Exactly. And it seems like things are kind of winding down here. We still see all the police cars and lots of people with their phones out, but I believe we're going to be setting up for a press conference here momentarily.
Looking up, I was struck by the words from the LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman about how he wants to be out there for the upcoming holidays. and bring his family, and this was once sort of an iconic place to go. I mean, talk about a fall from grace, right, Matthew? Looking MacArthur Park up, and the history of it.
We're gonna go set up for the president.
There are headlines from many years ago that describe it as from swamp to the Champs-Élysées of LA. And this all originated in the 1880s, and then in the 1920s when it got a revitalization. And it was sort of the turning point in the 1970s, an economic decline and a crime era. That's when that all happened. This followed World War II. So just to sort of hear about the history of MacArthur Park, and it sort of ebbs and flows between swamp-ish conditions, as it was described in this article I'm reading, to now to more of a Central Park, which is what our DA described it as, to now what it is. And even when we see the aerial shots, it looks to be, it's pretty to see the lake down below, but then just to see it sort of overrun by the crime and all of the illegal activity, it's very sad. So the fact that they are working to clean it up is a good thing.
Exactly, yeah. And if you speak with anyone out here, they will say kind of what you're alluding to, that MacArthur Park used to be a place that families could go to and have picnics on a Sunday, and it was a place that people would feel safe. And unfortunately, over the last few decades anyway, that has changed. And I think a lot of people have unfortunately started to accept that change, and that's just the way MacArthur Park is. Same you could say with Skid Row. But it sounds like they're trying to put an end to that assumption, and they're trying to make a difference right now, and of course, make MacArthur Park safe again.
And of course, there's the critics who would say criminalizing, I was going to say homelessness, is not a good thing. Many of these people, we don't know their story if they are homelessness, but obviously they are. If you're in, as you pointed out, open air drug activity there in MacArthur Park, that is against the law.
Yeah, I mean, open drug use is against the law, and I feel like it's kind of become a thing here where people can accept it at this section of the park for whatever reason. It's been happening for a while, and they're trying to change that.
All right, we are going to take our 2-minute break here on the Fox Local Stream. So Olin Martinez behind the camera, Matthew Seedorf, our reporter there on the ground. Stick with us, and we'll return to our live coverage here in 2 minutes. We'll see you then. Welcome back, everyone, to the Fox Local Stream. I'm Marla Tejas in Los Angeles at Fox 11. Looking at the time now, it's coming up on the 4 o'clock hour. We are waiting for a press conference to start in MacArthur Park. This is in Los Angeles. This is where a massive raid has happened and is underway right now, involving the feds, the DEA, and LAPD. LA County District Attorney is out there as well, arresting drug activity, people involved in illegal drug activity on this Thursday afternoon. Our ground camera pointing at this appears to be a random business. Oh, there is, I'm sorry, the podium. It's hard for me to see. There is a podium. I see it now. Thank you to the crew in the booth. There is a podium there front and center, and that is where officials will convene, expected to happen about 4 o'clock, right, in about 5 minutes. So when that happens, we will bring that to you live. Bill Asaley, the U.S. Attorney, he is the lead out there. He was there a month ago when it was a similar drug raid that happened. That one targeted more cartels and actual drugs. They seized a whole lot of fentanyl in May. 18 people were arrested, many linked to the Sinaloa cartel. Today, they are doing a sweep of MacArthur Park. It's about 35 acres, by the way, and they've been walking that and putting people under arrest for illegal drug activity. So there's a better shot of the podium. I see the podium now, clear as day. So we are waiting for this to start, and we're going to get an update from our team on the ground. Olin Martinez behind the camera. Matthew Seedorf is the reporter who has been doing a great job sort of giving us the lay of the land as all of this unfolds live on the Fox Local Stream. The DEA there setting up their microphones we obviously have a microphone there, and we look forward to hearing from everyone involved in today's raid. No word on number of arrests that have happened. We've seen some people taken into custody and then released. We did get to talk to one of those LAPD officers, and he was asked why the cuff and release, and he basically said, oh, these two people were just involved in a fight that we broke up, and it didn't seem that either one hit the other, so there was no crime involved. They were just detained for a moment and released. We look forward to getting some of the updated numbers. That looks like they're doing a mic check. Let's check in with Matthew Seedorf. Can you hear me? Matthew, there you are. You're outside Langer's. What's the latest?
Yeah, so we're about a half block from that press conference they're setting up there. We have another camera over there from Gino and Nick. So we're just trying to spread out, and you can see that Hollywood crew still here. They were kind of discreet with what they're shooting, but they were shooting something on this block, and they're kind of, we saw some of them applauding law enforcement as they were walking by. You can still see some people out here with their phones, very interested with what was going on, and then dozens of police cars, and still lots of law enforcement here, and all the roads still closed down. You can see down Alvarado right now. Police have this road closed, and in all directions really surrounding MacArthur Park. So think about that if you're driving in the area for sure. But it seems like this will probably be wrapping up right after the press conference. But a lot of people kind of just wondering, walking around right now in this area, wondering what happened if they have their phones out and they're recording. But as you said, we saw, I'd estimate at least 10 people put in handcuffs. We saw a couple that were released, but I'm interested to see, the official numbers in this press conference coming up.
Okay, well, our colleague Nick Garcia, he has another view from MacArthur Park. He's live because he was there for another story, a business that was set to open up, an actor linked to Mean Girls. He was trying to open up a business. He got broken into in MacArthur Park. So, Nick, now you've turned your attention to the raid there. What are you hearing?
Right, Marla, it happened just in front of us. I want to take a note, though. The press conference is getting underway just now. First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley going to the podium now. So I'm thinking we're probably going to listen in. Is that right?
Yeah, I would assume we're going to listen in. Let's just make sure he's not just there to... Okay, here we go. Bill Asaley, U.S. Attorney, on his right, Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman.
MacArthur Park in a joint operation. This is a task force between the DEA and the LAPD. And first and foremost, I really want to thank all of our partners, the District Attorney's Office, LAPD, and everyone that's been involved in putting this together. We cannot do it without them. This is our third phase of this operation. Phase 1 was we dismantled the leadership of the 18th Street Gang. Phase 2 was to go after the drug dealers and suppliers at MacArthur Park. We did that last month. You guys saw that. And now we're on Phase 3. And Phase 3 will be a consistent law enforcement presence in the park to enforce state law, which prohibits people from being under the influence of narcotics and possessing drugs with the intent to use them. That is critical. We have to address the demand if we want to clean up the park. I'm going to keep my comments brief. This is, again, not a one and done. It's an ongoing operation. We're so excited to have, again, the partnership of the district attorney who is able to enforce the state laws, which we can't. One other thing I want to just announce. The president and the attorney general announced the Model Cities Initiative. This is key. This is going to provide up to $300 million in assistance for local law enforcement. You've seen what the president's done in Washington, D.C. We want to do the same here in L.A. So I'm officially informing LAPD and the city of L.A. that they are eligible to apply for this. We'd like to work with them, and we'd like to get them some federal dollars so they can boost their efforts here in the city of LA. And let's get LA cleaned up for everyone so we can enjoy the games. Thank you guys so much. And next, I'd like to bring Tony up, who's the special agent in charge of the DEA.
Good afternoon. I want to thank all our partners, the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Central District of California, U.S. Attorney Billy Asaley. Thank you, LAPD Assistant Chief Amada Tingarides, for the partnership and critical support. Thank you, LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman, for joining us today. as we partner in this effort to restore MacArthur Park and return it to the community. I especially want to thank the men and women of DEA working tirelessly to safeguard the health and well-being of our communities. Thank you, members of the media, for coming out to share the story of hope that we're putting out here today. Thank you to the residents, the business owners who have reached out to thank us. 1 month ago, I stood not too far from this spot as DEA teams and LAPD officers executed a significant operation along Alvarado. I promised change and commitment to free MacArthur Park from crime, drug activity, and the sense of gloom and despair that's been plaguing this community. Days later, I came back. I visited the park, and I'm going to be honest with everybody here today. While things has changed, yeah, we put bad guys in jail, we took drugs off the street, there were still things that hadn't changed. And we're here today to let everyone know that the change is coming, and we're committed to doing this. We are here. We want the public and all those connected to MacArthur Park to grasp the new reality. You are seeing something different. We are taking a united stand, aligning to free MacArthur Park. Our presence will remain. You will continue to see decisive enforcement around the park. We mean business. This is not a photo op promising an overnight change. We know it's going to take a long time, contingent on significant manpower to make noticeable and enduring changes. I want to be clear. Since May 6, when we first showed up, DEA and LAPD have continued to make arrests, holding accountable those who profit off the vulnerable, arresting criminals who peddle deadly drugs like fentanyl and other dangerous drugs in and around the park. MacArthur Park will no longer be a beating ground for drug crimes, no longer an open-air drug market. I think most neighbors agree we want tranquility restored to the lake, to this park. We will work hard to deliver that promise. Again, I want to thank the men and women of DEA and all our partners for the countless hours and hard work poured into this operation. Thank you, everybody. I'd like to turn it over to LAPD Assistant Chief Amada Tingarides.
Good afternoon. My name is Assistant Chief Amada Tingarides, and I am the Director of the Office of Operations for the Los Angeles Police Department. First and foremost, I want to begin by expressing my gratitude to our federal partners, U.S. Attorney Bill Saley, and the men and women of the Drug Enforcement Administration. Their commitment to protecting lives in this city has been unwavering, and the people of Los Angeles are safer because of it. I also want to thank District Attorney Nathan Hodgman for standing with the men and women of the LAPD as we work together to restore MacArthur Park and the surrounding business and community. The residents, families, and business owners that have reached out, please know your voices matter. We see you, we hear you. We want a better community for you. Last month, we stood here right on the Alvarado corridor together following a major joint DEA and LAPD operation. What did we target? Illicit drug sales in the area. We made significant arrests that day, but real change takes sustained effort, and that's what you see here today. We promised we would not stop, and that is why we are here today. LAPD's Gang and Narcotics and Rampart Division personnel, working with our federal partners, have remained engaged and on the ground in this community, making arrests, seizing dangerous narcotics, and holding accountable those who profit from addiction and prey on vulnerable people in and around MacArthur Park. Every arrest made, every ounce of dangerous drugs removed represents a life potentially saved in this community. The group that stands before you here today represents our coordinated and persistent effort to dismantle the criminal networks that prey upon our community members, exploit their addictions, and endanger young people in this MacArthur Park community. Our mission is to return this park, the lake, and this corridor back to the citizens of Los Angeles and the community members of MacArthur Park, and to support those suffering from addiction by removing the predators who exploit them. We stand with this community for as long as it takes. To the men and women of the LAPD and the DEA, thank you for your relentless work, your professionalism, the empathy and compassion that you're showing to this community, and your dedication of relentless follow-up and making this community safer. To the people of Los Angeles, this beautiful city of angels, we see you, we hear you, and we are committed to delivering the lasting change that you deserve. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Nathan Hochman. I'm the Los Angeles County District Attorney. This has been called Operation Free MacArthur Park because we have to free it. For way too long, for almost decades, MacArthur Park has been under the control of gangs. It has been a refuge for individuals to engage in drug use and drug sale. These surrounding areas have literally been terrorized by various members of the criminal element that often extort the various businesses that we can see right here. We have to free MacArthur Park. MacArthur Park is essentially our Central Park. New York might have its Central Park. Our iconic Central Park is MacArthur Park. You can see behind me the skyline of Los Angeles. That assures you that where MacArthur Park is ground zero to see if we can actually drive the criminal element from this park and in the same vein, provide compassionate assistance for anyone who needs it. So we are going to go ahead and enforce the laws. And as First Assistant Bill Asaley said, we had a first phase. Working with the DEA, working with the LAPD, they went after the gangs. The second phase was going after the big drug dealers. But as they said, that is the supply side of the equation. There's also a demand side, and it exists in the park. Because if there's no one demanding drugs in the park, the suppliers have nowhere to go in the park. That is this phase 3, to go after this demand side of the small dealers in the park, the drug addicts in the park who are using illegally hard drugs every single day. I refuse to allow MacArthur Park to be a cemetery. And that's what it's been. Because we have had individual after individual after individual die of drug overdoses, so much so that the local fire department spends much more time trying to revive people with Narcan who are on death's door than they do putting out fires in this area. That is a reality. And we collectively refuse to allow MacArthur Park to be a cemetery anymore. We are going to restore it day in and day out. And you've heard that this is not a one and done effort. This will be a consistent effort. So if you want to find out what we're doing tomorrow, come back. If you want to see what's going on next week, come back. Next month, come back. And what you will see is a law enforcement presence that is going to bring public safety here. Then we're going to bring all the community organizations and all the nonprofits who want to help any of the individuals here, whether they need housing, drug treatment, mental illness treatment. We'll make sure that they get that compassionate assistance as well. And we're going to and we're going to continue this effort so much that I'm going to make a promise. And here's my promise. Labor Day this year, 2026, I am going to come with my family and I'm going to have a picnic in MacArthur Park, because MacArthur Park is going to be safe enough to have that picnic. Mr. Asaley, I invite you and our DEA and LAPD colleagues, please join myself and my family for a picnic. I invite the mayor, I invite every city council person, every member of the Board of Supervisors to join us here for a picnic on Labor Day, because MacArthur Park will be that safe. And again, I'm going to, you know what, everyone out there, please get your picnic baskets ready. whether you live anywhere here, you work here, you're coming from abroad and you want to see what the iconic MacArthur Park looks like, Labor Day 2026 is the day we're going to have that picnic, and hopefully not just that day, but in the days to come after that. So again, I thank the U.S. Attorney's Office and our First Assistant, Bill Asaley. The DEA and the LAPD have literally dedicated hundreds of hours, but this will involve thousands of hours. The DA's office will be a participant hand in glove with all you folks. And again, thank you everyone here who has waged the battle to get us to this day, to get the focus on MacArthur Park, to actually free it. Thank you very much.
Well, Nathan brought his fan club. That's good. We'll take a few questions. Please be on topic. Yes. Do you want to address who wants to speak on that? Those arrests were primarily made by the LAPD.
Good afternoon, everyone. Captain Ben Fernandez, LAPD Rampart Division Commanding Officer. We have made 6 citations, 13 arrests for the citations: smoking in public, quality of life issues. The arrests include drinking in public, the use being under the influence of narcotics, and a misdemeanor arrest warrant, and then having bulky items inside the park, meaning people having large items that are encampments going through the park. So we've been enforcing these quality of life issues.
So
Thank
hold
you.
on. So you got 4. How many arrests total?
So 13 arrests and 6 citations
Got it.
total.
Okay, and that's just in less than 1 hour of work. Any other question? I saw out there they had a lot of needles. There's a lot of drug paraphernalia. The problem with the drugs is they use them very quickly. I mean, a lot of the people there are highly addicted, and so they get enough money, they scrounge enough money just to get their hit for the day, and they take it. So usually we don't find the addicts with a lot of drugs, but they do have what, needles, paraphernalia?
Correct. There are tons of needles, pipes, paraphernalia. We are working with MacArthur Park and Rec, the MacArthur Park Director at Park and Recs, to do cleanups on that. They've already been notified. They have teams that will go through and clean up those needles and those other things. No, I can't be specific at this time. This is all preliminary numbers. So our previous operation was really going after the fentanyl and getting those large seizures with our DEA partners. Today was not that. Today was more the quality of life issues, going after the users and going after the bad behavior in the park.
Yeah, so today was real time. So we haven't done any lab testing. We don't know for sure. I can tell you, based on the prior cases and investigations, the 2 primary drugs that are distributed here are fentanyl and methamphetamine. Those are the 2 primary drugs that we encounter here. Yes, other questions? Today we're focused on MacArthur Park, but our partnership with the LAPD is going to extend far beyond the boundaries of this park. We will follow the drug market wherever it goes. MacArthur Park's important because basically it was an open air drug market. And if you drove by, you'd see hundreds of people folded over and using drugs. And so we wanted to hit this first. But this will be a model for how we work together on future operations. Yes, any other questions? It's going to look like what you saw today. There's going to be teams of DEA and LAPD officers. They're going to come unannounced. It could be any day, any time, and it could be once a week, multiple times a week. We're not going to announce it, but they're going to come and do these regular sweeps, and any laws that are being violated will be enforced. Yes.
I wanted to follow up to her question about the LAPD resources. So currently in Rampart Division, we have a supervisor and 10 officers that are assigned to the Mac Park area. They walk foot beats, they drive the perimeter, they address quality of life issues, they do service requests to remove graffiti. So from the LAPD portion of this every day, we have resources dedicated just to this neighborhood engagement area.
But you have 10 officers to cover this area.
Yes.
That's not enough. That's not enough for this. So that's why we're here to supplement and their resources with federal agents. It's a safety, not just a safety issue, but a resource issue as well. Yes. Well, I just got here. I got here last May. So so I just got here. Nathan's only been in, what, a year? I mean, how long has it been? So do you want to address why this hasn't happened before? Maybe it's because of his predecessor. So in order to deal with these issues, you have to not just deal with the large-scale fentanyl dealers. And they've actually already seized close to 20 kilograms of fentanyl in these operations. And just to give you a perspective of what 20 or more kilograms looks like, that is enough lethal doses of fentanyl to kill everyone in Los Angeles County twice over. That's how many lethal doses they've already seized. But now we need to deal with the quality of life crimes that are going on in that park. If anyone's actually seen the people suffering from this illegal drug use, you would think we were in a third world country. You could not imagine we're in Los Angeles circa 2026. You would say someone needs to do something to help these individuals. For anyone who's actually cares about these unhoused people, and the people behind me do, they look at this situation, they say, we're not going to wait until they ultimately get enough fentanyl in their drug dose to die. We're just not going to make MacArthur Park a cemetery anymore. We're tired of it. So what are we actually going to do about it? And you're right, I wish this had happened a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. MacArthur Park has been on a downward trend for a long, long time. I remember back in the 1984 Olympics when MacArthur Park was celebrated as one of the best places to go in Los Angeles. I remember when they had the colorful Mylar balloons in the lake of MacArthur Park. Look it up. It was a beautiful summer that we got to experience the beauty of MacArthur Park. Now again, you would not, and I would not recommend before we engage in these operations, you to walk through MacArthur Park during the day or the night. That is so unacceptable. I'm a resident of Los Angeles. I'm a Los Angelino for my entire life. And I refuse to give the park to the criminals. That should not be a safe space for criminals. That should be a safe space for the public. So the fact that we're doing it now, we're doing it now. That's my answer. The fact that it wasn't done in the future, I'm not going to blame a soul, but we're doing it now. I'll blame Gascon, but I will say leadership matters. And I think you have new leadership in LA. You have Nathan Hochman, you have a different Department of Justice, you have Chief McDonald, and we're all working together. We do work really close together, really well together. Leadership matters. And this is something that's a priority for the President and the Attorney General. They want us to work hand in hand with our local communities to clean up the neighborhoods for the citizens of this nation. And you saw what the President did in DC. We want to do the same here. We want to help LA clean up the crime and get it out of here so families can use that park and not fentanyl dealers. That's the goal. Any other questions? Okay. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you being out here. Really appreciate it.
All right, we have
Spanish?
just wrapped remarks from federal and local officials in MacArthur Park. Here is the updated information about the raid that we saw unfold live on the Fox Local stream. 13 arrests and 6 citations. Among those arrests, 1 misdemeanor arrest warrant was issued. These arrests involve things like fentanyl and methamphetamine. Those are the most common drugs that they see on site there. The arrest, though, specifically for having drugs on them or being intoxicated by and large. They call them quality of life arrests. This is something that the First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley says is not a one and done thing. They were out there in May for the Operation Free MacArthur Park. It's still being called that. This is sort of phase 3 of that mission, and that is to clean up MacArthur Park. So Matthew Seedorf is out there, and he will have a full report coming up tonight on the Fox 11 News at 5. Let's get you caught up, because while that was happening, we just got updated numbers in the primary. Here is the latest in terms of the mayoral race, now with 66% of precincts reporting. Earlier it was 62%. Bass remains at that 35% mark. Spencer Pratt earlier was at 30%. That has dropped to 29%. Rahman has gained a little bit of ground. She is sitting at 23%. All right, the next ballot drop will happen tomorrow between 4 and 5. And then as it relates to the governor's race, let's throw up those numbers. Not a whole lot of movement there. I think we do have that, but I can tell you that Republican Steve Hilton, he is still in the lead. There we go, with 27.2% support. Democrat Javier Becerra still, he rose a little bit closer to 26%. Earlier, it was about 25.5%. Tom Steyer still sticking to the 20% mark. So that's with 57% of precincts reporting. A whole lot of information there, but you can look forward to our newscast a little bit later tonight on the Fox 11 News here in Los Angeles. In the meantime, I'm Marla Tejas, and we thank you so much for hopping on the Fox local stream. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 2:30.